Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry about that. It's Curdle, and welcome to how to make a game in Unity. So this is basically a Unity tutorial for noobs. I'm going to be going over, how everything works and all of that. So basically we're going to be making a game pretty similar to the one Tornado Twins made. You can Google them. It's called their How to Make a Video Game from Scratch series. It's like a Worminator kind of thing. It's basically going to be how to do that, except upgraded to Unity 5, because I'm pretty sure the one they were making was in Unity 2 or 3 or something. But anyways, let's get to it. So, you're going to create I've just opened up Unity here, and you're going to create a new project by clicking the New Project button. I bet you never would have thought of that. But I did, so. You can call this whatever you want. I'm going to call it Unity for Noobs, because I'm mean. And set it to 3D. Go to Asset Packages. Actually, no, we don't need any. And hit Create Project. And I'll pause it while it loads up. Alright, we're back. So, when you open it up for the first time, this is what you're going to see. There's going to be a default skybox, a light, and a camera. So, I guess the first thing we should go over is the UI and how to navigate the scene view, which is this. So, basically what you have here is the inspector. Or no, we'll go over the hierarchy first. So what you have here is a hierarchy. This has all the objects that are in your scene. And right now that's just the main camera and the directional light. So, nothing too amazing. And then you have your inspector. As you probably noticed, or maybe you didn't for some reason, when I select the camera or the directional light, if I select anything in the hierarchy, all its properties appear here. That's basically what the inspector does. It inspects the object selected. So as you can see, the main camera has a transform. It's tagged as camera, and it has a camera component, GUI layer, flare layer, and audio listener. Now these little arrows, you can click them to open it and close it. You can click this little question mark for the reference on the internets, as you can see. And yeah, then all the properties that are editable in here are, well, here. And then our directional light, pretty much the same. Every object in the scene must have a transform. That holds its position, rotation, and scale. And then you have the light component, since it's a light, and you can choose from spot, directional point, blah blah blah, all that. All I'm going to do is set the baking to baked for now. That's all you need to do. And yeah, we're not going to change anything else there. So the next thing we have is the project panel. So this has all of your files that you use in the game. So this is my assets folder. It's all the files I use in the game. Currently there's nothing, but I can like right click, create folders, C# scripts, JavaScript, shaders, animators, all that. Everything I could possibly need pretty much. So, yeah, and then you have the console, which is if you have an error in a script, it'll appear here. Or, any errors, console logs, whatever. It'll be in the console. And then, the most prominent of them all is the scene view. This is where you can edit objects and such. So, now I'm going to tell you how to navigate it. So basically, if you see this little thingy up here, that's the wait, hold on, I don't know if my mouse is visible. If it isn't, sorry about that, but just let me check. Alright, my mouse wasn't visible. Sorry about that, it is now. So, hierarchy, select something, inspector, all that. So, this thing here, I don't know what this is called, but it allows you to control the direction you're looking in. So, if I click the Z, I look in the Z-axis. X, look in the X-axis. Y, look in the Y-axis. Then I have negative Z, negative X, negative X, negative Y. And then this box here, toggles orthographic mode. Basically what orthographic mode is everything's flat, there's no real perspective. And I find no use for it. There actually is uses for it, but I don't find any. So. And then to zoom in and out, you use a scroll wheel. And then if you want to rotate your view, you hold down left alt, left click, and move your mouse. If you want to rotate around a specific object, you select it and do the same thing. You'll rotate around that object. And then if you want to navigate around in sort of a first person view, you right click and you can just move your view and use WASD keys to move around. You can also use the arrow keys. And then you use left click to select objects. Alright, so that's a basic overview of the oh wait, no it isn't. So what you have up here is your scene tools. So what this allows you to do is stuff like, if I select my main camera, see how I have these three axes to move it on? I can move it up, down, left, right, forwards, and backwards. And I hit Control Z to undo that. I can switch to the pan mode, which just pans me around the scene. The move mode, which is, as you saw before. Rotate, which is where I can rotate things. Scale, which allows me to scale things up and down, which is can't really do with the camera. And then this is the 2D sprite tool. It's for using sprites when you're working on a 2D game. You can move sprites. Alright, and last thing is the game view. This is what you see through your main camera, or whatever camera it's rendering through. It kind of gets complicated at that point, but so as you can see, you have your main camera and this game view. That's what the main camera is seeing. Now if I, let's say, go create 3D object cube and put that at 0, 0, 0, when I look through the camera, there'll be a cube there. And then if I select the camera and rotate it this way, it's changed. So that's just a basic overview of the UI. And yeah, in the next episode, we'll be going over how to create a basic geometry sort of level-y thing. I'm good at that. Yeah, in the next episode, we'll go over how to create a basic level, and it's probably just going to be a flat plane, a few cubes, maybe some spheres, whatever. We'll talk about collision, probably, how that works. What else would we have to go over? We might talk about rigid bodies, which basically most objects don't apply to physics, but when you add a rigid body, it then does. And that's what colliders are necessary for, physics objects, so they can interact. But, yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.